Hi, I'm Ben Stone, and today I'm checking out the Korg MPS10 drum and percussion sample pad. The MPS10 has got a bunch of killer features. 10 onboard pads, over 3,000 amazing sounds, a full track looper, and studio quality effects. Let's jump right in and check it out. The pads on the MPS10 feel really great. There's 10 in total, 6 main pads, and then we've got 4 pads across the top that double up as CC control. So there's plenty of room to trigger one-shot samples and loops. The pads feel really great under my sticks, and there's an incredible synergy between the sampled sound and the way that the pads react in performance. I can play these pads with sticks or my hands. You can, of course, edit the response of the pads to suit your own personal touch, but I found straight out of the box they felt really incredible to play and actually really inspiring as well to perform with. One of the things that makes the MPS10 so expressive is the use of round-robin samples. We see these a lot in sample libraries and software plugins and that type of thing. So what are round-robin samples? Rather than have a single sound repeated every time we play on a pad, often giving us that machine gun type effect, round-robin samples is a pool of samples that we can call upon that vary each sound every time we strike the pad, just like you would do on a regular snare drum, for instance. This can add an extra layer of realism and really bring life back into your performances on the MPS10. One of the things you saw me do there was use the MPS10's continuous control, or CC pads as they're known, to change the pitch of the samples. You can, of course, change other parameters such as multi-effects or even filters using these pads. This is a great way to augment your performances without the need to patch change, for instance. And this is especially good if you're playing a theatre show. Another way I like to use the CC pads is to control the filter. And this filter can affect anything that's coming from an external source, such as a laptop. So that's really useful if you're performing solo percussion. Now, similarly, you can do all of that inside the box and use the CC control and the filters to affect your internal samples. Another great feature that I love about the MPS10 is a feature called smooth sound transitions. This enables me to change patches really easily and have the previous patch sound still carry on without any glitches. This is really important because, like, when I was touring with German artist Elena Fischer, sometimes I'd have up to 10 patches in one song, needing to change rapidly between them. I could only really do this with a laptop, an audio interface, and a trigger interface as well. So it's a lot of equipment there. The MPS10 enables me to do this in a complete one-box solution. Another feature I used in that last example was velocity switching. This is where the sound changes depending on how hard I play the pad, and this is especially useful for dynamic snare sounds like in that last song. The MPS10 also has a 4-track looper. Now we can make loops using any of the internal sounds, but a really cool feature is you can export any of the loops onto a USB drive. We can also then re-import those and assign them to any of the pads to perform with. These can be loops or one-shots. I made this next example using the looper and the internal effects to create an interesting one-shot sound that I can play on a pad in a performance. In this next example, I'll show you how to create some loops using multiple kits and smooth sound transitions. As well as the onboard sounds, the looper is able to record audio from the aux input or the USB input. So right now I've got a synth, a bass guitar plugged in via the aux input, ready to create some loops. On the back panel, we can connect up to 4 trigger inputs. Now these can be drum triggers or drum pads. And one of the fun ways I like to use these is quite often on tour, I will sample different gated drum sounds or reverbs and then trigger them using a drum trigger and blend the acoustic sound with the sample sound. So lastly, let's take a quick look at the back panel. For audio, we've got headphone output and 4 outputs, 2 main and 2 sub. We've got a line input and a mic input. And to connect up to 4 external pads or triggers, we've got that over 2 trigger inputs. We also have 2 foot switch inputs, an expression pedal input, and a MIDI out for connecting to other devices. We've also got USB, where you can use a memory drive or connect to a computer, where there's a free online editor available where you can edit kits and assign instruments to pads. So that was the MPS10. For more information, check out the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.